talk which I gave on the occasion, I said anyone can wear the sacred thread, provided he is prepared to take the responsibility of the sacred thread. The wearer of the sacred thread has to live up to 3 vows that he must take. The very first vow is the vow of truthfulness. He must always speak the truth, whatever be the consequences. He must not swerve from the path of truth. Truth, though she take me through the flames. Truth, though she lead me to the scaffold. That is the first vow. You know, the sacred thread consists of 3 threads. They are intertwined together. The very first stands for truthfulness. And the second stands for chastity. Purity of thought, word and deed, feeling and emotion. The wearer of the sacred thread has to strive to be pure. I know it is so difficult in the age in which we live. This age is an age of enticements and allurements. It is very difficult to be true to the ideal of purity. But he must strive. He must keep on striving his very best to bear witness to this great ideal of chastity, purity in every thought, in every word, in every action. And the third vow that he must take, the wearer of the sacred thread, the third vow is the vow of compassion. He has to be compassionate to all. Therefore he must regard all life as sacred. His compassion must flow out to all living things. Every creature that breathes the breath of life comes under the compass of his compassion. Therefore, the wearer of the sacred thread must refrain from eating food of violence, must refrain from eating flesh, fish, fowl, and all food of violence. And then a woman got up at that meeting. She said, suppose I were to take this triple vow, will you give me the sacred thread? I said, I am ready to do so. Anyone who will take this triple vow is entitled to receive the sacred thread. And a number of women actually got up and they said, we are going to take this triple vow. We want to be invested with the sacred thread. And I had no hesitation in passing on the sacred thread to them, which they wore around their shoulder. But this action of mine was criticized by many conservatives. They said, what is this that he has done? He has given sacred thread to women. But why can't women wear sacred thread? I believe that they are more entitled to wear the sacred thread than men. Knowing them as I do, I think they are more entitled to do it.
In football, okay? My mother would be on the sidelines, and if the play on the field started going one way, my mother would run along like, Mark, get him, get him! I'd be like, oh my gosh. I'd get in the huddle with the other guys, they go, Mark, is that your mother? I go, no, I never saw her before in my life. The greatest gift my mother ever gave me, she believed in me. I have overdosed on drugs on 3 occasions where I should have been dead. But I believe I was kept here for a reason. You show me your friends, I will show you your future. How do I know this? I hung out with losers, and I became the biggest loser of them all because I gave up everything I dreamt about as a little boy because of who I chose to surround myself with. My friends would drive me home at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. We'd be drunk and high, laughing in the car. We'd pull up in front of my house in New York. They go, Mark, the light's on. I go, oh man, my mother's up. See, my mom wouldn't go to bed until she knew her son was still alive. I'd walk in, she'd say, hi Mark, how was your night? I go, it was good, Mom, I'm just gonna go to bed. She goes, can I talk to you for a minute? I go, Mom, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to bed. She goes, Mark, I haven't seen you all day and all night. Can I please talk to you? I said, man, just leave me alone. You bug me. I'd slam my bedroom door on the one person who believed in me. I was on a worldwide tour and we were wrestling overseas in Japan. After my wrestling match, I went upstairs in my hotel room and I fell asleep. There was a knock at my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got out of bed and I looked through the safety window and I could see it was a Japanese promoter. So I opened the door and he said, Mark, you need to call home. There's been an emergency. I went and got on the hotel room phone. I called back to the United States and said, hey, what's going on? They said, Mark, I don't know how to tell you this. I said, just tell me what happened. All of a sudden they started crying. They go, Mark, I can't tell you. I said, just say it. They said, Mark, your mother died. I just threw the phone down. I ran out of my hotel room. I took the elevator to the lobby, and when the doors opened up, I just ran out into the street. I mean, there was no cars, there was no people. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. And I walked down the middle of a street in Hiroshima, Japan, and I remember looking up and just saying, Mom, I am so sorry. I flew home for her funeral, and I was so nervous to walk up to her casket, so I just stood way in the back. And I kept looking from a distance. I kept thinking to myself, Mom, please wake up. Please get up. And then I finally got the nerve to walk up to her. And as I got closer, I could see my mom for the first time. I mean, she was so beautiful. She was dressed in white. I mean, she looked like an angel. And I just stood over and I said, Mom, you are my hero. Everything I am, everything I hope to be was because of you. You loved me so much. You gave me a life. You're the only one that ever believed in me. How did I repay her? By getting drunk, by getting high, by getting stupid, by hanging out with losers. For what? All she ever wanted to do was talk to me. If you have a mother or a father, when you go home, tell them how much you love them. See, my whole life was about being rich and famous. I had to be a millionaire. I had to win the race. I had to win the race at the expense of my marriage, my family, my friends. For what? To be all alone in the world? I learned what is truly important, and that is how precious this gift of life is, and our families, and how quickly it can be taken away. See, I no longer live in time, I live in moments. See, it's not what's in your pocket that matters. It's what's in your heart that truly matters. Love is just a word until somebody comes along and gives it meaning. You're the meaning.
Ten ways to overcome stress, anxiety, fear. 10 ways to overcome stress, anxiety, fear. Last year I was in the States, and there at a press conference, a journalist put to me this question. He said to me, "You have visited the States for a number of times. Tell me what would be, in brief, your message to the average American." And I asked him, "In how many words would you wish me to address the message?" Because he said it should be brief. And he said to me, "In 4 words. In 4 words, what would be your message to the average American?" I thought for a while, and then I told him the 4 words are, slow down your pace. Slow down your pace. We live in an age of speed, and stress is a byproduct of speed. Wherever there is speed, there is bound to be stress. Stress is a byproduct of speed, and stress always leads to anxiety. And anxiety is the parent of fear. These 4, speed, stress, anxiety, fear are interrelated. They go together. As I've said, we live in an age of speed. Everyone is hurrying, hurrying, hurrying. Everyone is running, running, running. We all are running like squirrels in a cage, running yet getting nowhere. We all are hurrying, 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 hurrying to get that, which when we get, we find we don't really need it.
प्यारे सत्संगियों, सबका सुचाकर आहिन शांत. The best speech is silence. The best silence is worship. The best worship is yajna, sacrifice. The best yajna is offering. The best offering is Krishna Arpanam. Shara Ayuma Ayitavi Panchani Andar Iyo Thoro Bhav Khoryu Krishna Arpanam. Krishna Arpanam. प्यारे सत्संगियों, आज चावन दिवसावधी का ना दिल के अंदर आता में ही एक भावना, ही एक एस्पिरेशन, तो जिंदगी जीवन शर अर्पण रहे कृष्ण जय कमल चरणन में. जिंदगी जीवन शर अर्पण रहे कृष्ण जय कमल चरणन में. जिंदगी जीवन शर अर्पण रहे कृष्ण जय कमल चरणन में. कृष्ण जय कमल चरणन में. ओम ब्रह्म कृपा ही केवलम, कृष्ण कृपा ही केवलम, गुरु कृपा ही केवलम. ओम शांति शांति शांति.